Hey friends, welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Jamie, and here I share tips about simple living, organization, and productivity. On New Year's Eve, I announced my 2024 decluttering challenge. I challenged everyone, myself included, to declutter one item every single day this year. Doing that would result in decluttering 365 items by the end of the year. Well, technically 366 because it's leap year. But this challenge was twofold for me. First of all, it was going to get me into the habit of daily decluttering. And secondly, I knew that one item would sometimes turn into more than one, and so this challenge was also going to be instrumental in giving me the momentum to do more than one item some days. So today I want to show you what a week in my life of decluttering one item each day looks like. And you'll notice that on multiple days, it was more than one item. None of these were planned ahead, so you are seeing what I really decluttered over the span of a week. Some of these were small and seemingly insignificant, but all of them led to my home feeling better and having less clutter. Today is Wednesday. It is also Valentine's Day. I'm running errands. I'm helping out in one of my kids' classrooms. So today is kind of a busy day, but I'm looking for one item that I can get rid of today before the day gets any busier. I was up in the playroom with my 3-year-old this morning and I noticed this toy egg that no longer looks like an egg. This is what I'm going to declutter today. There's no way to fix it or floof it back up. So this is what's going today. It's not much, but it is something. This is something that if it was not decluttered would be all over the house. If you have kids, you know what I mean. Things like this have a way of moving everywhere all at once, it seems like. So this is my one item today. What is going on here? What are you doing?
You caught me decluttering.
Yeah, I knew exactly what you were doing when I walked in.
I'm going through my shirts.
Why are you going through your shirts?
I would love to get some new ones, but I figure why not taking this opportunity to go through and get rid of the ones I don't want, so that I can get some ones that I do want.
Great. So why do you think this is an important step? You mentioned before we started filming that this is a part that some people forget to do first. They just shop without assessing what they already have and seeing what the true need is.
Yeah, this helps you maintain and declutter. It also, it helps you have what you only want to have and not be buying extra stuff to pile on top of things you already know you don't want.
Yeah, for sure. So why don't you show us what you're planning on getting rid of?
Yeah.
Well, let me back up a little bit. So we have lived pretty minimally for the past, how many years? 2 years, almost 3 years. We've been decluttering seriously for over 3 years, but living pretty minimally for the past 2 years. So we know about the right amount that we want to have. And so this is what you are getting rid of. You're not going to replace more than that, right? Because we've discovered this is the right amount for both of us.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so let's take a look here. I do like this one. This one is still good. I like this one. I'm going to get rid of this because it's got holes that are starting to form all along the front of it. I've had this one for a while. It's starting to crack.
You've had that for a long time.
I've really started not to wear that one very much. This one's still good. I do like this one. Wintertime. This one still fits nice. I think it's comfy. I do not like how this one fits on me. It's also really old. It's got some tiny stains here on the bottom, and anytime I see this shirt, I just think, don't really want to wear that one. Is there anything else? I'd almost rather do a whole set of laundry than put it on. This one is just too small. It's like just too tight and high up. It just doesn't fit me very well.
Yeah.
I do like this one. Feels still really good. This shirt I really like. This one it still fits me really well. This one is still a good shirt. Fairly new. I know this one is one of my wife's favorites, but
if you don't like to wear it, fine.
If I put this on, look at that. It's really high. It just doesn't fit me very well.
Yeah.
Okay, My wife reminded me that I look like I'm on some sort of Subway diet with these pants.
They're just the wrong size, and you don't love those ones. And they're for a company that you no longer, they have the logo of the company that you no longer work for, so.
Yeah. Well, and then these ones I do wear.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Any
anyway.
hats that you...
Honestly, this one, I already have a black hat.
Oh.
And it's like the same exact thing. And I don't ever really wear this one. So that'll also go in the pile. Other than that, that's it.
Okay. I'm going to add a couple things to the pile. So this is hard. In my opinion, women's clothes are 10 times harder to find than men's clothes. Would you agree?
I would definitely agree with that.
Yeah, I feel like there's so many factors. So, I don't know. There's some shirts in here that I don't love. Well, first of all, I can tell you this one is starting to get weird. Like, I've had this for so long, but see how it's starting to get like these weird marks.
Oh, what is all that?
I don't know, but it's like, it's almost like it's getting micro holes, and then it's like...
Oh, you've had that for a while.
I've had this for so long. So let's get rid of that one. Let's see. This one is so short and awkward. I haven't had this for that long, but it's like...
I want to say I've seen you.
It like hits me like in a weird spot.
Kind of high.
Okay. I don't know. I don't. I always pass that one by. This one I used to really love. I got a lot of wear out of the shirt, but you can see I literally got a lot of wear out of it because there's...
Oh, it's getting pretty
and
thin.
it has holes. One of the sleeves has holes in it. No.
I thought I saw it. Yeah. So I guess
yeah.
I thought I saw
So
it.
that's one for sure. Actually, I'll take this one off too.
Clothes do not last very long.
No, they don't. These are fine. I bought this shirt in the beginning of 2018. So this shirt is like 6 years old. This one is a little bit disappointing because this one is like, I think I bought this like 2, maybe 3 years ago. I feel like I would have. So this one I've had for probably before Blake was born. So probably like 10 years maybe. This one has like, it served its time.
Yeah.
This one I shouldn't have bought. This was one that I bought knowing it was a little bit too short, and I shouldn't have bought it, but I did. I bought it anyway, and I needed clothes at the time.
Any dresses or pants?
I just decluttered some pants. I think my dresses are good.
Okay. All right. Mission complete.
He came home with 4 shirts and 1 new pair of pants. He decided he didn't need another hat. I decluttered 3 shirts and sadly have yet to find anything that I love to replace them, which is fine because I'm giving myself license to buy 3 new shirts when I find shirts that I actually want to buy. We have found that shopping with a purpose is key to keeping the clutter at bay in our home. Today is Friday. Friday is the day that I get groceries and clean out the fridge. So as I was putting my groceries away, I noticed I have these that I have had for over 6 months. They've been open for over 6 months. I kept them thinking that I would make Rice Krispie treats with them, but I'm just gonna be honest, Rice Krispie treats are not my favorite treat, so if I'm gonna make something, it's usually not that. So these are just sitting in my pantry, not getting used, taking up valuable real estate. So I know this is technically a consumable, but it is still something that is taking up valuable real estate in my home. So today, this is my one item that I'm going to get rid of. I'm looking for at least one thing that I can get rid of today. I know that I have at least one thing, probably more, in this cupboard. This cupboard is my kids' art, activity, craft, you name it, cupboard. And so I'm going to go through this and see what I can get rid of. So this is likely going to turn into a little bit of a project. Hopefully it won't take too long because I don't have very long. So just come along with me. Feel free to follow along. If you have an area that you are decluttering, or if you're looking for your one item to declutter today, join me and see if we can knock this out together. My kids had a ton of workbooks from school in this cupboard. Whenever they finish one at school, it comes home with them and never gets touched again. Occasionally, they will come home with one that is partially finished, and also it never gets touched again. I think it's because they don't like to feel like they're doing schoolwork at home. When my daughter finished kindergarten last year, her teacher was moving abroad and was getting rid of all of her extra workbooks. She gave them to the parents to work with the kids over the summer break. We had quite a few. My daughter looked through them here and there, but only did a couple pages during the summer and in the months that followed. Since then, they have just been floating around this cupboard, just creating clutter. So I went through them to see which ones were like new so that we could donate those. I strongly encourage my kids to keep learning at home. We do a lot of reading, and my kids do a lot of artwork, and we also do a lot of hands-on learning. During the summer, I buy each of my kids a Highlights for Kids workbook based on their grade level. These books are awesome, and my kids love working in them throughout the summer. So these books from school just don't get used, and that's fine. I know my kids, and I know what they like. I think a few years ago, before I started decluttering, I would have told myself a story like, well, if I declutter these, that means my kids won't keep learning over the summer. And I would have kept them, and my kids still wouldn't have enjoyed them, and it would have been a fight to get them to do them. But my inner dialogue sounds a little bit different now. It sounds something like, my kids don't enjoy these books, they get enough of them at school, so I'll buy them each one of the kind that they do enjoy, and they will still continue to learn over the summer, and learning will feel fun. Okay, that was right about 15 minutes. So let me tell you, these items are trash. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. These are all partially or finished workbooks. Dry erase board, we already have a couple of others. This has seen better days anyway. So 1, yeah, so that's 11. These 3 can be donated because they're still brand new. 12, 13, 14. I'm not going to donate this because I'll use it somewhere else. Got rid of these paints. They weren't good anymore. Had just replaced them with these anyway. So I'm losing track. 15, I think. 15. And then these papers, these art papers, some broken crayons, colored pencil that's out of lead. So not too bad for, oh, I didn't even do the bottom shelf. This one has paper towel wrapped up in it, so we're going to toss that. So pretty sure everything else is still good. It's about 17 items. Not bad when I was just looking for one. Granted, I knew I would find more than one, but 17 isn't bad for about 15 minutes worth of work. Hey friends, this morning I'm getting some things done around the house. I'm looking for my one item that I need to declutter today. Today is also the day that I am washing my kids' bedding, and as I was going to put the new sheets on, I noticed something. So each of my older kids has a twin bed, and they have the sheets that are on their beds as well as one backup sheet for each of them. So we have 4 twin sheet sets in our house. As I was going to put on the new bedding, I noticed something. I have these flat sheets. Let's see if I can show you. I have 4 flat sheets that never get used. For my older kids, we only use a fitted sheet, and then they have a big fluffy comforter that goes on top. I have found these are incredibly frustrating for my kids. So we don't even bother with them. We keep the house really warm, so there's really not a point. And let's be honest, these don't add a lot of warmth anyway. So some of these sheets I have had for upwards of about 5 years and never used them on beds. I have used a couple of these once when I was having a yard sale and I needed something to set some of the clothes that I was selling on. But other than that, these have been sitting in my sheet basket, just taking up space and collecting dust. So today, this is my one item, which has turned into 4 items that I am decluttering today. Even this has given me pause because it is hard to get rid of something that is perfectly good. I look at these and I think, there's nothing wrong with them. These are perfectly good pieces of bedding. But in reality, I'm not using them, so they're not adding any good to my life. In fact, they're making it really hard to get the sheets out that I need to get to. I don't know why I haven't realized this before, because every time I go through these, I see these and I think someday I will use them. And as my kids have gotten older, that someday has never come. So it would be tempting to maybe put these in a time will tell or some kind of bin to see if I use them in the future. But the fact that I haven't used them in 5 years is a pretty good indication I don't need them. Okay, I want to talk about this that I'm going to call the fallacy of the sets. When we have something that comes in a set, we think we have to keep it because it's part of a set. Pay no mind to the fact that we're only using part of the set. We tell ourselves that we have to keep things because they're part of a set. Our brain loves to group things. And so once our brain has recognized something as a set, it wants to leave it there. It's nice, it's neat, it's taken care of. But from a decluttering standpoint, that is a huge fallacy. It prevents us from decluttering so many things. I am very aware of sets in almost every area of my home. I have gotten rid of attachments that go to appliances because I never use them, and toys that came in a set, but part of them weren't getting played with, even though they were part of a set. But these flat sheets were one that I have passed by for over 3 years of decluttering. When my husband got off work that day, I told him what I had decluttered and why, and he said the same thing that I had said, and that is, how did we miss this? Those flat sheets felt so good to get rid of. Hey friends, we are having a really nice, warm, kind of uncharacteristically warm day today. So I have been sitting on the porch enjoying the sunshine and watching my kids play. And I have been planning out my summer garden. And so I got my box of seeds. I have this little recipe box that is where I keep my seed packets. And I decided that I really need to decide what it is I really want to grow. What are we really going to use? What am I really going to enjoy growing and taking care of? And with that, I found these seeds are not seeds that I am going to do anything with. I have passed them by year after year. Some of them I've tried and not had good luck with, but these are seeds that I have no interest in doing anything with. So I'm going to see if any of my neighbors want these. I have a lot of neighbors who do like to garden. It is really important for me to simplify and declutter every area of my life, even and especially my hobby items. Even if it's just seeds, it seems like kind of a trivial thing, but even just seeds are things that can be overwhelming. Being honest with yourself about what it is you really are not going to use is really liberating. I am looking forward to my garden this year more than I ever have, because I am going to be realistic. I'm going to do things that I really want to do that my family will really enjoy, and I'm going to enjoy it in the process. I'm not going to overwhelm myself or grow things that are going to be hard or not grow well or that are going to be stressful or whatever. I'm looking forward to this year being a year that gardening is more relaxing for me than it's ever been before. Today I am washing clothes, and I'm looking for my one item to declutter today. I dropped a sock behind my washing machine and found this little toy lurking behind there. This came in a set that we decluttered a long time ago. So even though it's small, it is something. And looking for one item every day is a great way to just be aware of what is going on in your home. So even though it was something small, I feel like that's the point, is looking for things that don't belong in your home anymore. Things that had their day and now you just don't need them. I have found that looking for things that need to go, no matter how big or how small, is just another way to better your home, to make it feel better, to make it easier to clean, to maintain, just a better place to be in. I am loving this challenge even more than I thought possible. I love how I am daily looking around to see what needs to go. It keeps me in the mode of looking for things that don't belong in my home. And I think it's even making it easier to get rid of things because I know that that day I need to get rid of at least one thing. I hope this was helpful for you to see what kinds of things I decluttered over the course of a week. Hopefully this will give you some motivation to keep going with the Less is More in 24 Decluttering Challenge. As always, I love hearing from you in the comments. I love hearing how this challenge is going for you and what successes you're having. Feel free to leave a comment below with how this challenge has helped you. Thanks for watching, friends. Have a great day.